Guys, I'm back here on YouTube after being absent for months, but now I'm here, and I'm here to show you or give you my reactions, first thoughts on Godzilla King of the Monsters. And I gotta say, I freaking love the movie. This is already my favorite movie of the summer already, beating out Avengers Endgame, which, to be fair, it was good, but I wouldn't call it a great movie. It was good, but this movie is freaking incredible, okay? Like, this movie, has some of the best monster fights I've ever seen in any Godzilla movie or any kaiju movie. Like the CGI is spot on, the acting is good, like from every character, even if the characters are not the most complex or fully fleshed out characters, but everybody gave good performances. The monsters were so well done. Like every monster is well designed. Like every monster was carefully designed, and had their own unique personalities. I mean, I wouldn't go into full detail about that because spoilers. But yeah, this movie was fucking awesome. Okay, uh, what you call it? It. I know you've heard that this movie has been getting some flack from critics. Right now, on Rotten Tomatoes is sitting at a pretty low 40%, which shows that critics aren't too fond of it. But honestly, who the fuck cares? Okay, those critics, like Chris Stuckman and what you call it, those guys, they're not fans of Godzilla. Okay, like they're just lunatics paid off by Marvel or Disney to hate on a movie that was clearly made by a Godzilla fan. I mean, hey, look, I'm a Godzilla fan. See, I made this thing out of pipe cleaners. You know, I know it's not a real Godzilla figure, but I made this Godzilla right here out of pipe cleaners. I made all of these kaiju right here out of pipe cleaners, as you could see. Oh, sorry. Yeah, look at that. I just made all of these guys right here out of pipe cleaners, and there's Rodan right there, as you can see. Here's fucking Rodan right here, and yeah, I'm a Godzilla fan, and I freaking love this movie. Okay, like this movie is nowhere near as bad as critics say it is. Like a lot of the things they're saying, they're wrong about it. Okay, like here's the thing: don't listen to what the critics are saying. Like don't put your faith on Rotten Tomatoes because Rotten Tomatoes is a corrupt website. Like I know it has a 40%, but honestly, I don't really trust what the critics are saying about it because a lot of them are just not Godzilla fans. Like they don't respect Godzilla, they don't understand what Godzilla is, and I have a feeling that they were paid off to give it a negative review. But if you look outside of Rotten Tomatoes, sorry, outside of Rotten Tomatoes, everybody else loves this movie. Like IGN gives it a 7.8 out of 10. Rob from ETN loves this movie, and yeah, I just give a shout out to Rob from ETN. So sub to his channel. D-Man 1954 loves the movie. A lot of people actually love this movie outside of critics. So this is already becoming one of the most divisive Godzilla movies ever made. But for me personally, I love this movie. Like this movie, you can tell was made by a Godzilla fan. Michael Dougherty is a real Godzilla fan. He put his passion, creativity, into this movie, and it really shines. Like every monster was well designed, and carefully made. Like each monster has its own unique design, personality, style, attitude, and you can tell what they feel like. That it is going into spoilers, I know, but like you can tell that they put a lot of thought into making these monsters, unique. There's a lot of monsters in this too, not just the four Toho monsters. There's a lot of them in there. I can't say who. You may have heard their names, which were revealed months ago. But yeah, I won't go into what the monsters are. But still, there's a lot of monsters in this movie. Um, I do have some negatives to say though. Like I did wish some of the monsters were handled much better because some of them, well, weren't in it enough. Like Mothra and Rodan weren't in it enough. They were in it for like 5 or 7 minutes. Yeah, I wish they utilized it more. The human character motivations were kind of confusing. Like I didn't like okay, their motivations weren't confusing. Like I don't understand how they shifted their character motivations from this to this, if that makes any sense. And the human characters are fine. They're good. Like I was entertained by them. Charles Dance was one of my favorites. His character, Alan Jonas Allen or Alan Jonah, whatever his character's name was. His character, I actually didn't mind his character. I think he made for a decent Godzilla villain, and he definitely owned it. Like everybody owned it. Like everybody gave good performances. Everybody, shined in this movie, acting wise. Like their characters are not the most fully fleshed out or multi-dimensional characters ever, but yeah, they were all entertaining. And this movie is jam-packed with Godzilla references. If you're a diehard Godzilla fan, like I am, you're gonna recognize these references. I recognized like 10 references I know I missed a lot of them, but to me, I recognize 10 Godzilla references in there. You know, like, so yeah, this movie is jam packed with Godzilla kaiju goodness, and Michael Dougherty delivered. This is also hands down the best looking Godzilla movie I've ever seen. You know, the cinematography is awesome. Like the way it's shot, the color palette, the color tint, like, you know, the way it's shot, it's just beautiful, bro. Like you could tell, like Michael Dougherty framed it expertly, like, and you don't really see that level of, you know, technicality, I would say, in a lot of other movies. You know, a lot of movies just tend to be like shaky cam or are not shot very well. But this movie was definitely shot very well. The cinematography was spot on, and the CGI is really good too. I mean, there's a couple times when the CG is not very good, but like the CGI was freaking good. Like this is some of the best effects I've seen in any monster movie or any Godzilla movie, for that matter. Like, and one more thing I want to say: the tone of the movie was somewhat like it wasn't really serious. Wasn't as serious as the 2014 or Shin Godzilla or 1954 Godzilla, but it also wasn't silly or lighthearted. I feel like the tone was balanced out. You know, it wasn't really like dark and serious or lighthearted and campy. It was like in between. You know, it's like a Showa movie. Like this movie is a Showa Godzilla movie, but made in America. You know, with a high budget and with the CGI effects. That's what it is. And yeah, like it's basically what it is. Like I do want to say though that some people aren't like those that are not really into that weren't really fond into this movie, like they're criticizing it because there's too many monsters or because, you know, it's a big dumb action movie. But the thing is, this movie doesn't aspire to win Oscars or to like have heavy themes of you know, of reality or something like that. Maybe it does, but like I didn't miss it. I did miss it, but like this movie exists to have fun, you know, and to, you know, have a good time in the theater, watching monsters beat each other. You know, like I certainly had a good time watching this movie. Like the critics, those so-called critics that review the movie and didn't like it, obviously I don't think they had a good time watching this movie, and I don't think they were expecting it to. So yeah, but still, don't let those nasty critics or what Rotten Tomatoes says. Don't let that, you know, decide if you want to see this movie or not. Go see this movie, okay? This movie was fucking awesome. If I have to rate it, I rated it 8.9 out of 10. This movie was freaking awesome, dude. It's already my third or second favorite Godzilla movie. Like, it's only behind Godzilla right here. Yeah, it's only behind the original Godzilla, which, you know, which I love. The original Godzilla is my favorite Godzilla movie, as you could see. Um, so yeah, I would place it as my second favorite Godzilla movie already. It's jam packed with everything that you want in a Godzilla movie. So yeah, um, highly recommend it. You know, and and you know, make sure to put your thoughts in the comments below. And yeah, I'll catch you guys later. So this was a good day, you know, for me because I went to go see Godzilla 2. But before that, I graduated from high school. Yeah, I'm done with high school now, and that's the first thing I did. Watch this movie, and I had a good time with it. Not perfect, but I definitely had a really good time with this movie. And yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.